Hi, welcome to Men in God, your number one favorite talk show. A show where we inspire men to be driven into their purpose and where we help building boys to men and also building healthy marriages. So I am your host, and today we have a special guest in our midst. Men of God, will you please share with us who are you and what is your life assignment?
You are greeted, men of God, in the name of Jesus, our Lord and Savior. Amen. My name is David. I'm from Tokoza. I'm a called pastor. Which is what I do. I have a ministry called Jesus is in the Ministry. Ministry is a traveling ministry, almost like an evangelistic kind of ministry. We focus on reaching out unto the world and unto the church, because that's what God has called us to do, to reach out to His children and talk to Him about what He needs. So yeah, that's who I am and what I do in life, more than anything else that I do.
Wow, powerful. Thank you. Men of God, today I want us to build boys to men. There are many young people out there. Some of them today, they are into drugs because they don't have what we call role models. Today I want us to talk about role models. What is a role model?
What is a role model? In my definition, if I were to call what is a role model, first of all I would like to say, for someone to know what a role model is, someone needs to have values in life. Because unless we have values, then we cannot know what a role model is. You first need to have something that you are pursuing. And then you can find someone who is what you are or what you want in life. Someone who is where you want to go in life. Then you have to begin to describe what a role model is. So to me, a role model is someone who I look up to, someone who builds me into becoming what I want to be in life. For instance, in my case, as a pastor, a role model is someone who builds me into the character and the personality that God wants me to be. So if I would have a role model, I need to find someone who will help build and that character which I need to be. Because otherwise, if I don't know who I am, as I said, if I don't know who I am, how would I have a role model? I'll just have someone who I look up to, but there will be nothing that the person is building to me. It's like talking to a young kid, maybe a child of 3 years or 4 years. You talk to them about anything that is serious, the kid cannot understand you, the child cannot understand what they are talking about. So no matter how much you invest on them, it will be in vain. But at least when the child has grown and understand things, then he can know when the father says no, they understand why the father is saying no. When the father says you need to have goals, the child understands what is goals, or what are the goals and what is it about. So yeah, as I said, for me, a role model is someone that I look up to, someone who helps me to build the life that I need, that I aspire to be, or the life that I need to become in life.
But how do we differentiate this? Because growing up in the township, there are many successful people, and many young people, they look up to those people. But the problem about those people is that some of these people, they don't acquire their assets in a proper way or in the right way. So how do I differentiate? Because there are such people in life that we look up to. Growing in the township, you look at them, they're driving big cars, they're staying in big houses, but the problem is that they are not accumulating or acquiring what they are having in the proper way.
In the proper way. One thing that I've learned is that life has no mercy, for ignorance. When I was growing up, there were so many things that you ignore. And the thing about ignorance is that you don't choose to ignore it. There are certain things maybe you might choose, but personally what I believe that you don't choose to be ignorant. It just happens eventually. You grow up, you don't know certain things, and they will affect you, whether you know them or you don't know them. So hence I was saying the importance of someone growing first in order for you to discover what it is. Much easier when you know what you want in life. Then therefore you can see where what you, if for instance what you want is there, you are able to see that, oh, this is what I want. But if you don't know what you want, you can follow for anything. When the wind is going this way, you can go. When the wind is going left, right, you also follow. But when you know what you want, so the most important thing, it's especially as a pastor, I understand that God has called us first to pray for the lost. That's our role, to be praying for people. Sometimes the choices that we make, you don't choose. Something needs to inspire you to make that choice. There's a song that I love. It says, "Light of the world, you came down into darkness. You made light of the world, you came down into darkness. Opened my eyes and made me to see." So meaning, I did not. The scripture says, "You do not choose me, but I chose you." So God plays the part first to enlighten you. So it's hard for somebody to be enlightened into following the right steps unless something triggered that first. As I say, so the part. This is it's a responsibility upon pastors to be praying for people, even though you don't know them, but you are praying for people and saying, God, help my people, help our people to discover what is right in life for them, so that these people, when they discover what is right, then they are able to choose the mentors that are right. As I said, life has no mercy for ignoring people. People get affected on a daily basis by things they did not expect. Somebody today, for instance, maybe they get raped. It's not a choice that you made, it just happened. So the same applies. You follow someone who you believe is a good role model to you, but because of your state of being, how enlightened are you, you end up not getting what you're expecting. Instead of being built the way, like we are seeing a glamour, but at the end of the day, that's not what you're getting. You're getting something different from what you were expecting. So yeah, as I said, for me, I see it as a responsibility as a pastor to be saying, this is what Jesus did. The scriptures say we were not looking after him, but he came to us. So sometimes, as I say, as a pastor, you don't wait for people to take a step first, but you take a step first. Like a parent, if you see a child is going astray, you don't have to say they have to pull it themselves up by themselves, but you go there and as a parent, as a concerned parent, you take the first step. Says, no, the direction that you're taking, it's wrong. Come back and let's focus on this direction. So that's how it should be. As a pastor, responsibility is for me to take a first step and try to groom people, whoever I can reach, try to develop and groom them so that they can be attained into a certain standard in life, which will help them to be able to kickstart their life and follow the right path. In that way, then they'll be able to choose also right role models in life. Because otherwise, this is what the quote that I normally like to say, unless God has a mercy on someone, then a human being is exposed to anything in life. Anything is possible. Unless God have mercy on us, then anything is inevitable in human life. So unless God help us, then we are bound to do anything in life. So it's only about the mercy and the grace of God. If God help us, then it's good for us. But if God doesn't help us, then anything might happen.
Wow. Yeah. I hope you understand that the grace of God, it is what makes us to be able to become what God has created us to be. Muruti, I hear you keep on referring to pastors. There are a number of people out there who does not believe in pastors. If you talk about role models and you are always referring to pastors, others might say, in other words, without pastors, we don't have role models on this planet Earth. Are we only supposed to look up to pastors, or are there people out there that we can look up to when we talk about role models?
There's the life that we are living was created by one person, which is God. And God is the creator of the universe. God is the God of everything in life. God is not the God of churches. Sometimes people make mistake and think when you talk about God, you're talking about spiritual things. God is the God of everything in life, be it churches, be it entertainment, be it politics. God is the God of everything in life. So God has a knowledge of everything. So the first person that I personally would refer as a role model before anyone else is God, because He alone has the full definition of what life is. All of us, we carry a certain portion. I may know about church things. If I'm into business, I may know about the business world. If I'm into politics, I may know about the business world. Nobody has the knowledge for everything in life. You know? So the first role model is God, and God knows everything in life. And God has placed people in different areas. Some has placed them as pastors, some has placed them in the political world, some has placed them in the business world, some is in the entertainment world. But in each and every places where God has put these people, that there are rules and values that govern these people. As much as we can, in the pastoring world, you know, there are values that govern pastors. In business also the same. So if I would say to someone who, maybe for instance, is into business, you need to it also go back to the point that I said, you know, it's much better when you have grown and you know what you want, and it's easy for you to discover the right role model for you. If you are, for instance, you are into business and that's where God wants you to operate for, it's easier for you to see business people who not only are successful in terms of financial status, but people who carry values. You know, it's about someone maybe, you know, I once had someone, it's not always a blessing for other people to be blessed. For instance, someone become blessed with a Golf 7 with people like, you know, and because of the speed, it exposes them. Because of someone says, now I drive Golf 7, I can drive the way I want, and end up, you know, creating many accidents. So it's a blessing, but at the end of the day, the blessing has made someone to misbehave. You know, you get blessed, you have money, maybe as a business person, you know, and then you start misusing your wealth to, for instance, maybe as a man, you start now, you know, buying women, you know, so if you sleep with me, I'll give you this, if you do this, you know, so you start mistreating people. So it's important that not only to follow the success of a person, because in life we mustn't run just after wealth, but the legacy that we are building in life, the values that we build as human beings. Because today we are using cell phones, we are benefiting from somebody's mind. You know, we have cars, we have houses, you know, so many things, the technologies, there are things are evolving, and we are benefiting from what people have created. So is the saying, people are suffering from people's choices. Somebody got raped, someone's choice, you know. Somebody got hijacked. It's a person's choice, you know. You are looking for a job, Muruti. We hear stories every day. Women, you want for a job, and then maybe whoever is responsible to hire you says, no, sleep with me first, then I'll hire you. So you see, as much as you might value the position a person is in, but what are the values this person is living by? So, but as I say, go back to the point, when you know what you want, you know, and you look up to God, as I said, who has the full definition of life, who is the perfect, according to me, who is the perfect human being, if I were to call him a human being, that I've ever met in life. He has every quality that you can ever like in life. Before I got born again, I never loved God. I never wanted to go to church. But when I get to know who God is, today, you know, as much as we say He loved us first and now we love Him, but it has become more of, it's no longer about we must love God. We tell people we must love God, but today is no longer about what I hear from the Bible or what I feel from people. It's a personal choice. I love God because of what I've seen about Him, what I've observed, who God has been revealed to be to me. So now, if I were to search for a role model, that person needs to represent who God is. Whether it's in the political world, is in the business world, or is in the entertainment world, you must be able to think, what would God do if it was Him doing this business? What would God do if it was Him doing this entertainment thing? You know, what would God do if He was a president of a country? Then, if you know how God would behave, then that's the only role model I can think of. All of us, we need to attain to a standard in which God would behave. So whether I need a role model according to business, then find someone who reveal the nature of God, because it's the only role model that can produce the best out of you. All other role models, yes, are good, but for me, I wouldn't say a role model is sufficient if it's only helping me to be successful in terms of financial status and giving me fame. But what about the roles that I'm building, the values that I'm building as a human being contributing into the world? So yeah, there are role models in different sectors, but what is important is the values that role model is helping you to build as well. Not just financial status, not that the opportunities they'll expose you to, but the values that they're helping you to build.
Wow, powerful. I hope you understand that God is the source. All of us on this planet Earth, we are here to uncover our purposes. So unless we go to God, unless we see God, it becomes difficult for us to discover our assignment on this planet Earth. Muruti, as we are busy discussing about this important topic, because as we speak, many young people today, they are saying, I wish I had a father who was a role model. I was not going to be on drugs today. I wish I had a brother who was a good role model to me. Today, I was not going to be in jail. So I want us to define what is success, because as you were busy sharing about different sectors, the point that I've picked up, it is that you are busy referring to success. So according to your understanding, what is success? Because people are concerned. They want to know that if I really have to follow this particular person, how do I define his or her success for me to be able to take him or her as a role model to me? How do we define this success?
I don't know, but it takes me back to the very same point. How do we define success? This is life that we're living. We are free to be whoever we want to be, and nobody in their own personal mind is ever wrong about anything unless you are aware. But most of the time, no one is ever wrong in their own personal mind. I may have 1,000 rand in my bank account and say that is success. That's according to you, and nobody can disagree with you. That's according to you. I can have 1 million rand and say that is success. I can have 1 billion rand and say that's a success. Someone may have a house, someone may have 2, someone may have 3. So our success, our point of view as a success is different, and it's important for us not just to try and impose our opinions into people. So, but personally, if I were to view success, because I'm a person who values life and growth. I don't just want to grow in life and be successful, but I want to see the world changing. I want to see people being impacted. I hate to see someone struggle. I hate to see someone crying and says, I need help, or God, where are you in my time of need? And so, for me, to be successful is to be able to be able to help people personally. As much as I would be successful, maybe I would be having a financial status and having everything that I ever wanted in life. But also success to me, it will mean now I have what it takes to be helping people. And as I said, I hate to see somebody struggle. Seeing people struggle. Success to me, it will mean being able to help people stand up on their feet when someone is in need, when someone, for instance, wants to go to school, when someone wants to start a business, or when someone is homeless. Am I able to offer help to that person? That's what, to me. But as long as I'm not able to do certain things, for instance, to help people, for me, I haven't been successful. As long as my family is still crying, maybe we want bread and I'm not able to offer bread, I haven't been successful. That's according to me. But for someone else, I said, but for someone else, having a car is a success to them. Living in Sandton, it's a success to them. But because now we are building value in life, we are talking about role models. Life, we need to be able to be building value, not just being running after success, but we need to build value. Because, as I was saying again, people choices, they either affect us or we benefit from them. So it's important for us as not to think for ourselves only. This guy, I shouldn't think about myself, or no, I also want to live in Sandton, and once I have that, that's it. I don't care about what's happening in the outside world. there are people today who can benefit out of other people, you know, by sabotaging someone. I can misrepresent you to other people. I can talk bad behind your back, maybe looking for an opportunity. And once I have what I want, to me, I've achieved. Maybe I have a position in a company. I've achieved. Whether I did you harm or what, it doesn't matter to me. You know, I talk to people and I say, the problem that we have today in our world is that when people benefit from whatever that they are doing, there's nothing wrong. But once it affects you, there's a problem. You know, I will tell to people and says, okay, you maybe for instance people who are cheating, maybe a husband is married but is cheating, or a woman is married, a wife is married and they are cheating, and then they start to say, you know, they see nothing wrong in that because at that time they are benefiting. But then I'll ask them, what would you happen if you find your spouse sleeping with another person? How would you react? And then the normality, how you react, it means you don't like that. But you have no problem because you are the one benefiting. Or someone who's stealing in their company, wherever they're working, you are stealing money, you know. As long as you are benefiting, there's nothing wrong. But how will you behave if you come to your place and steal your money, or go to your bank account and get wrong? How would you react? So for me, we shouldn't just run after success, but the values that we build as well. Because whether we like it or not, human choices, whether affect the world that we are living in, or they destroy. And I don't think, you know, people are struggling to find jobs today. There's a lot of things that as a country we are crying about. All that is not like something came from out of this world and came on the earth, but it's a contribution of human beings. So as much as we want success and we want to describe what success is, let us not forget to build values. Look forward to have a multi-million house, it's okay. Desire to have a business that is successful more than any other business, it's okay. Desire to be the most successful person in the entertainment industry, it's okay. But don't forget to build the values, because if you are not building the right values, you are destroying with your success. You are having a company, you are hiring so many people, but how many lives are under bondage? You know, how many homes have you destroyed with your success? You know? So as much as you are building success, don't forget the values that you are building. So above success, let these two have the same balance. Let your desires for success also come to the level of your desire for values in life, so that as much as you are successful, we who are coming after you, we are also benefiting from it. As the scripture said, there was this guy, the Bible says, he was saying to Jesus, Lord, when Jesus was saying to him, he said, Lord, I want healing. And the Lord says, no, you cannot give the bread of my children to the dogs. And he says, even dogs eat from the crumbs from their master's table. You know? So, meaning that you can still benefit something even from what falls from you. So as we are building a success, let us not be affected. Let me not eat something that will kill me. I look up to you, you are successful, but also the values they need to be building us as well.
Wow, powerful. I hope you understand that it is important for us as individuals in life for us to add value. Wherever you are, where God has placed you, add value. If you are in the entertainment space, add value there, because that's what God has assigned you to do. Each and every one of us, God has assigned you. All that you need to do is to find out what is it that God has assigned you to do. So, Muruti, I want us to talk about your immediate space where you are. Practical steps. What do you do to inspire or to build young people as a role model? What are you doing currently in your immediate space as a way of adding value or inspiring these young people?
First of all, the one thing that is a primary purpose or goal for me is to pray as a pastor. Because I'm a pastor, I pray. That one I do it in secret. I pray to add value. Which you know, someone might say, but it doesn't mean anything. Yes, it means anything, because the spiritual world it affects the physical world that you are living in. So first of all, I pray, and beyond now praying, as I said, I hate to see people struggle. Most of the time when someone is in need, it pains me, especially if someone says, Muruti, I'm in need of this and this and this, and at that time maybe I'm not able to help. It breaks my heart. But where I can, most of the time I help. I'll have to find out what you want first. For instance, maybe someone says, I want to go to school. maybe because I don't have my money to register. What I do, I'll give you that money. But at the same time, I talk to you. I make sure that what you are pursuing has value, because it's not a good. It's a what I would say. It's dangerous to invest in something that will break the person. It's dangerous to support something that will destroy somebody's life. So I make sure as a pastor, I'm glad because we have the privilege of, as we are praying, God can tell us whether the person is taking the right decision or not. So I'm able also to perceive in the spirit, okay, this person, the direction that they're taking, that's where the direction of God wants. So once I get that, the go ahead also from God, then I support the person fully. If it's financially that is needed, I provide financially. If it's in my power, if it's I need to be a mentor, talk to them on a daily basis, encourage them, that's what I do. So I become a need in whichever way that you want. If you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm always that person who will be there and says, okay, what do you want? How can I help? So that's what I do. As I said, I hate to see people struggle, and what I do, I'll try to I even push people, try to find something, don't just go for anything, but let's pray and let's see what is it that you do naturally, that you love, something that personally, there's certain things when I have to wake up in the morning. For instance, when I have to go to work, I know that's not my primary goal in life. Sometimes I struggle to wake up. When I have to wake up in the morning, it's hard to wake up. But when I go to church, sometimes I sleep around 2 o'clock in the morning, but by 6 o'clock I'll wake up. Because why? That's me. That's the natural me. I said, this is what I said about people. When for instance we have our cell phone. A cell phone is a product that has been created. So it comes naturally with the abilities to do certain things. You don't have to, for instance, if you want to make a phone call, you don't have to force it.
Okay, thank you so much. Today the show, it was all about building boys to men. We want you to find a role model who will add value in your life. Muruti, in closing, if people want to connect with you, how can they connect with you?
Okay, if people want to connect with me, first of all, you can connect Muruti because I came to the show, so it's much better if you connect Muruti and ask Muruti about my contact details. But apart from Muruti, I'm also available on Facebook, which is where I'm most active. My Facebook account is Rahotso David. That's where I'm most active. You can connect there, and other than that, I don't think it's good to give my personal cell phone numbers. But yeah, if you connect on Facebook, then we can talk, and yeah, I'm always available on Facebook.
Wow, thank you so much, man of God. Thank you, our viewers. Thank you. So this is Men in God. We are building healthy marriages, and we are also inspiring men to be driven into their purpose. And today's show, it was all about building boys to men. Thank you so much. We love you. May the Lord keep you and bless you. Shalom.